Hey, hello everybody. So nice to be here.
Hell yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
So great. So great.
Good.
So first off, for anybody that doesn't know who you are, who are you?
So I'm Jessica Paris. I am a pop R&B artist coming straight from Jersey City. And, you know, I'm just kind of like a baddie with vocals.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah.
You know, always doing these, trying to just learn as much about you as possible and kind of go through your story. How did growing up around your abuela, she sang, right?
She did. Wow.
In her garden.
Yes.
And then you also sang at church, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did that shape you in your early stages of you making music?
Wow.
Doing everything like that.
Great question. So my abuela, obviously, she's from Puerto Rico. She was an opera singer. So literally every morning I would wake up with her singing to this bird, like Cinderella. And then she'd always sing to her flowers. So it kind of, that really shaped me because like at a young age, I really saw passion from her, you know? And then I would watch her how she would like write. She wouldn't just write songs. She'd always like write prayers and stuff. So it inspired me to like journal. Like I started journaling at the age of like 7. And that's what, for my abuela, that's what really inspired me. And then like church, like, oh man, like even my whole band is from church. I just feel like it's like something that shaped me like spiritually within music, that just like, you know, watching like the choir and stuff like that growing up. So yeah, I feel like spiritually and passion, I got like my 2 main things right there.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll dive into that later, but you said you were Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
What does your identity mean for you there? And how do you like carry that in your music?
Oh, wow. Dang, that's a really good question. I don't think I've ever been asked a question like that. So I'm Puerto Rican and Greek. I feel like I'm still figuring out like my Puerto Rican side because growing up, I grew up very Greek opposed to being super, super Puerto Rican. So I feel like since I've moved out to Jersey and New York, obviously there's a huge Puerto Rican community out here. I feel like I'm still finding my identity within the Puerto Rican community. So yeah, I feel like I'm still diving into that and figuring that out.
Hell yeah. You get the best of both worlds. You get
full island girl, baby.
respect.
Yes.
I read somewhere in an interview that you said that music is an escape for you when you're making music. What were you escaping from when you first started making music, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I feel like I was really escaping like myself in a way. I feel like I was always really scared to like face my differences, my demons, my insecurities. So like when I was making music, I was like, I can be whoever I want to be. But now that I've grown as an artist, I've learned to like accept those parts of myself. So I feel like in the beginning, I was running from myself. Now I'm running towards myself.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's such a relatable thing too, because we're all human and we all go through that. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I feel like as you get older and as you like grow as an artist, you find out who you are, right? So like, I feel like I'm finally becoming my true self and who I am in my music.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Your first project, Should Have Known Better, felt deeply personal. What gave you the courage to put your heartbreak into your art? Because that's a very vulnerable thing to do. And obviously as an artist, you have to be vulnerable. So like, what did that also look like?
That looked like a lot of pain for me. Like literally, like if I really break down each song to you, like you'd be like, damn, Jess, you've been through it, you know? But it was kind of like, you know, when I recorded that EP, it was kind of like my first time hearing myself in a professional mic, you know? So I feel like it was scary. There was definitely a lot of like mess ups like throughout me, like learning how to record during that EP. But I definitely feel like there was a lot of growth in it. And me being vulnerable, I feel like that's what comes with being an artist. You know, I've always wanted people to be able to feel how I'm feeling and let them know, you know, like you're not alone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's powerful. And speaking of growth too, what I really like about your music, going back into your discography, is that you have grown so much as an artist. You were in so many different genres. You were in EDM and pop and R&B. What did that process look like for you?
I was really like sifting out what was like really working for me versus what wasn't working for me, you know? And I had to think about not only like my art as my personality, but I also had to think about it like as a business. So, you know, I felt like EDM was cool. I went through like my raving stage, you know, like I was at like the Izus and stuff like that. And I was like, I want to make this. That's actually the phrase I always used to say, like, I want to make this, I want to make that. But then I realized I was like, oh, what naturally comes out of me? It's like, you know, more like pop, more like, baddie vibes, you know? So I feel like that process, I stopped asking myself what I like, oh, I want to make that. And instead I was just making music for like more myself on top of making music for other people.
Was there like a moment when you came to that realization where you're like, I want to make music for myself, not the external?
Yeah, when I did the recording for Star, yeah, I feel like that was the first time I ever did a song. And like in the words, I'm literally like, it's me they want to see, you know? Yeah, see. And I'm like a star. And I'm like, yeah. That's because like I started to embody that persona, like a star, you know what I mean? So I feel like the Star song really like embodied that for me. That was my moment, my clicking moment.
Hell yeah. I also read somewhere too that you mentioned that you were underestimated in school. How do you carry that with you? Like, hey, how did you overcome that? And how do you carry that with you in your music?
Oof. So like I was underestimated in school because like I have a learning disability and it's called like dyscalculia. So like my brain like switches words and numbers, and sometimes I also have a hearing like disability. Like most of the time I can't hear nothing.
Oh, no.
People like will talk to me and I'll be like, I have no idea. I'm like, haha, you know, like you'll always see me just smiling. But I think with me having a disability like that, it actually helps me with songwriting because it plays with my wordplay. You know what I mean? Like I'll be able to switch words and people in the room will be like, yo, how did you think about that? I'm like, I have no idea. I just saw it. You know what I mean? And I always wanted to let people know that like it doesn't matter like how different you are. Like, you know, like somebody like me, I literally was in special ed class my entire life with like 2 to 3 kids, you know? So like I always wanted people to know like it doesn't matter if you're different. It doesn't matter like your background. It's really like what you do with it and how you decide to make your story out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. And like they always say that what you perceive as your weakness is actually your superpower.
Yeah.
And that's like a perfect example of that. Do you find yourself on the stage like with like, does that come up while you're performing?
I try not to let it come up. Like you guys probably see me like super calm right now, but I'm literally in my head reciting all my lyrics right now. So, cause sometimes like I'll mess up the lyrics, you know, but I really try to just be like, listen, I'm human. Like I'm not perfect. So yeah, I always just try to let people know that, you know, we're all not perfect.
Facts.
Yeah.
Tell us about your new song, Pressure, because everything from the production, the songwriting, the performance of it's incredible.
Thank you.
It feels like super refreshing. Tell us about that record.
Yeah. Pressure, I feel like, God, it's just so much magic within that record, really. The songwriting, first of all, Cito had made the beat and I was like, I'm not feeling this beat. I'm like, I'm not feeling it. I don't know how to write to this. I don't know how to nothing.
Also, shout out him.
Yo,
He's a
shout
legend.
out to Cito on the beat. He so happens to be my baby, my boyfriend as well. So we're like an amazing team together. But so he made the beat, fresh ears. Like I was like, I don't hear it. I was about to scratch it. And then I actually brought in my songwriters, Elaine Colon, Crystal, and then Radha Martinez, and then Jai, JRV. She's on Instagram. And they were like, yo, we can make this into something. And we were like, if you want it, then show me, gotta apply that pressure. And like, boom, it went from there. Like the whole process of that is just like, yo, like I'm pressure, you know what I mean? And people are gonna feel that. Like I'm a force to be like reckoned with. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's that process look like when you're working with other songwriters? Because you write yourself as well, but like how's that collaboration look like for you?
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I wish people would like collaborate with writers more. Literally, we get into the studio, I tell Cito to do his thing, and I line up shots of sake. And we're in there, we're all taking shots, and then we're like, I got it, you know? It's just like, it's a party. And then we always find time to like check up on each other, like besides them being just like my songwriters, like we're friends at the end of the day. So like we'll always talk about what's going on in our life and we could always go based off of that. So that's like really dope. Yeah.
That's so important too. Especially like I feel like in the entertainment industry, everyone gets so lost in the work that they don't check up on their people.
Yeah.
So props to you for prioritizing that.
Thank you. Yeah. That's super important.
Yeah. Speaking of writing, you write, you sing, you arrange songs. What part of that feels most at home for you? Or performing too. I'm sure that also feels natural for you.
I think besides me performing, I really just love to record like harmonies and like background vocals. I feel like that's what really like touches my soul. That's like that ear candy that you just always want to repeat the song back to, I feel like that's my favorite part about recording, the ear candy for sure.
Hell yeah.
Tastes sweet.
And not only are you just a musician and incredible artist, but you're also an entrepreneur. You have your own lip gloss.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah.
You hooked me up with some.
I did. I gave you some. I was like, yo, just pass them out.
Yeah.
So I started a brand called Lumora, but I wanted it to be like a part of me, like Jessica Paris. And also like, I wanted to do different merch. Like everybody does t-shirts, everybody does posters, everybody does wristbands. And I was like, how can I cater to the girlies without making it seem like I'm just like in there like, oh, buy this. I was like, the whole point of Lumora is to get like lip gloss shining like a star. You know what I mean? Like get your lips shining like a star. So, Lumora, that's how like Lumora came about. I just wanted to do different merch, really.
What does the name mean? I don't know Spanish.
Yeah, it's actually not Spanish. I just put luminous and aura together.
Okay.
So it's luminous and aura. You come in the room, you have aura, and your lips look luminous.
That's a bar right there.
Yeah, like a star.
For some reason, my head went to Spanish. I don't know why.
I thought Spanish too, but like it's just luminous and aura. I just took out like the first three
That's
words
good branding.
of lum,
That's
and then
really
aura.
good branding. Props to you.
Thank you.
So what's next for you? What do you have planned? You've been releasing a lot of music this year. Are you working on a project? I know you have some shows coming up. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so what's next for me is that every year I put out a goal, and then the goal for this year is to release one song every month. Last year I did I think around 23 songs. I released one song every 2 weeks for the entire year. Thank you. So this year it's only 12 songs. We shortened that. I think like my ultimate goal, I know there's like a lot of stigma behind it, but I would love to get signed. I just feel like that's like where my heart is. I just do so much research and I'm like, I see all these artists. I know it comes with a lot, but like there's certain doors that like you can't get into as an independent artist. And like, I'm all for being an independent artist, but I want to be on like the Today Show. I want to be like at the VMAs. I want to be at the MTV Awards. I want to be at the BETs. I want to do all of that, so.
I can't wait for people to clip this in 5 years when you're doing that.
No, literally. Oh my gosh. Like I feel it in my heart. Like I feel it in my soul. So that's what I really want to. I really want to meet Sylvia Rohn. Okay. And she's the chairman of Sony.
Far.
Yeah. And it's crazy because for my college, I studied music business in college, and for my final project, I did my project on her.
Wow.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be such a beautiful, like, full moment for me.
Hell yeah.
I would love to meet her.
What college?
Bergen Community.
Okay, sick.
I got my music business degree. She's educated.
Yeah. I got a music business degree too.
Oh, word. From where?
Fredonia. It's a SUNY school, but
okay, nice.
Yeah, dope program.
There you go.
What has been like the biggest learning lesson as an independent artist that you've taken away with you so far in this journey?
Oh man. I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is to just really like who you surround yourself with is who you're going to become. Like if you surround yourself with people who are really successful, you can learn and you could just like watch them, and like you're able to, I wouldn't say climb the ladder. I feel like those are horrible words to say, but like you watch, you learn, and then you shoot for the stars from there. Like you have to really be picky with who you're surrounding yourself by.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Yeah, period.
And second last question, what can people expect with your performance tonight? What's in store?
I think it's going to be really intimate. Well, sorry, not think. I know it's going to be intimate. I've actually never done all of these songs with a band before. So like this is new for all of us. And I'm just really excited for you guys to see my journey throughout my music. The first song is literally one of my first songs I ever recorded. And then the last song is my most recent song that I recorded and released. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
And last question.
Yeah.
Where can the people follow you on social?
yeah. So I go by the name of Jessica Paris, Peros. It's Greek, y'all. I know. And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook if you want to follow me. But you're going to see a lot of middle school pictures on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's give it up for Jessica and her band that are about to perform. Let's give it up for them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you.